Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Sean, sometimes known as the Beast, and this is just a few bits and bobs black metal related that I hope you'll find interesting. Just got back from a fantastic weekend in Scarborough over here in the UK at Fortress Festival. I will do a video, probably the next one, sort of like a review type thing, and bits and bobs, see what trinkets I picked up. But we'll get cracked on with this, and hopefully you'll find something of interest. So first up, we have two CDs, two releases by the same artist. The artist in question is the rather fantastic Warhammer 666. This is the 5-track demo that goes by the name of True Australian Black Metal. This is absolutely, without question, black metal. It's obviously the disc itself looks like that, and also from Warhammer 666 is the second full length entitled Warhammer 666. This is absolutely savage. The what you've got here is big boy, like grown up black metal. It's raw, it's unapologetic, it's very blasty. The vocals are quite harsh, as you would expect. It's pretty relentless throughout on both releases. For me, this is this project has still got a long way to go, and I'm really looking forward to seeing where the journey takes it, because this is just absolutely superb. The slower parts are quite refined, I suppose you would say, with a lot of character, a lot of passion, and these are both available on Fomorian Productions, and they both were released in 2025 as well. I know some of his earlier stuff is being re-released, so no doubt that'll be another trip to Fomorian Productions website for me. But yeah, this is absolutely superb, and this project is rapidly becoming one of my favourites in the more raw sounding black metal. So that's Warhammer 666 with True Australian Black Metal, the 5-track EP, and the self-titled second full length. Say both out on Fomorian Productions. So next up we have the band Samath, and I'll have to read this, Der Ruin Fleisteren. This was a 1997 demo. This is actually the 2025 reissue out on yeah, whatever that says there. It says something like, I can't even read my own notes, Svartgevet and Doc Records, something like that. This is black metal from the Netherlands. This is a very much sort of a glimpse of what was going to happen on their debut release called Strid. I don't actually own that yet, but I would certainly be grabbing a copy. This again is raw, this is savage, full of riffs. The keys are quite intrinsic and sort of adds extra layers of violence, as it were. Inside it, the inner sleeve is artwork on that side and some blurb about, you know, what was going through the mind when it was made. Not my favourite coloured vinyl, but again, it's white. yeah, this is very, very good and well worth giving a spin. And like I say, I'm definitely going to be picking up the debut release that followed this, called Strid, when I can. So that is Samath with Der Ruin Flüstern, the 1997 demo, and this is the 2025 reissue. Next up is a band that seemed to be pretty well known in the black metal circle, and again, some might say they're slightly sketchy. I'm not so sure, I don't know. This is the only thing I own by them. This is Mutilation and their release Black Metal Cult. This came out in 2024 and this is their 7th full length on Osmose Productions. This project is from France, and by all accounts their earlier stuff, like reading online, their earlier stuff is a lot more raw and savage, and apparently this doesn't quite measure up. I can't compare it because, like I said, this is the only thing I own by them, but I really enjoyed this. This has all the usual the usual tropes of black metal, with the blasting drums, the relentless frenetic guitar sound and such, like the harsh almost spoken vocals. The modern production on this is quite full, quite rich, but it doesn't take away from the savagery of it, or you know, you sort of know they aren't messing about, and you can sort of see why they're as popular as they are. This one's on like a smoky clear vinyl. It might actually look black on the camera, I'm not sure if it picks it up or not, but yeah, for an initial foray into their material, I really enjoyed this, and I'll certainly be picking up other stuff as and when I find it. I probably won't go searching for it desperately, but yeah. So it's Mutilation and Black Metal Cult from 2024. Next up is a band that, in my very first leanings of listening to black metal, it was one of their albums that made me think, actually, there might be something to this. This is the fantastic Habacuno and their 4th full-length To Vast Land. This came out on Svart Records this year, 2025. This project is from Finland, and it's just wonderful. It's breathtaking. It's got epic, melodic, quite, I wouldn't say triumphant, sort of majestic maybe sound to it. Some of the guitar solos on this, if you were to listen to them in isolation, you would almost think it was possibly new wave of British heavy metal at times. Some of the riffs are just, you know, it's a fantastic listen. Now, obviously, they sing in Finnish, so I'm not really sure what the lyrical content is about, but you don't have to be, do you? Inside it, we get quite an obscure piece of art. Quite nice, but you know. We also get a small booklet that has the lyrical content and such like in it. What was that? Hype sticker. I'm guessing it didn't decide to stick after all. But yeah, this is just one of those albums that you can play it again and again and again, and it doesn't get it never gets boring, never gets repetitive. Again, we've got a smoky coloured vinyl. For me personally, Habacuno are one of them bands that's so quite clever with the releases. You know, it's not there's certainly nothing lo-fi about it at all. To be fair, if you're not a fan of the more extreme, harsher side of black metal, but you're tempted to dip your toe in, then this band probably wouldn't be a bad starting point for you. And so it does have the black metal feel, as it were, but with none of the raw, savage nastiness. But absolutely stellar release, and it will feature somewhere in the end of your list for sure. So that is Habacuno and Tavastland from 2025 out on Samath Records. Now this next one is, I think the first person I saw show this was actually the legend that is Johnny Mac from over in Rock and Metal Plus. I know he turned me onto the band's last album that I can't remember the name of. Typical poser attitude, I suppose. But yeah, this is Nink Hakag, and this is the Black Swords of Winter, a six track EP out on Vendetta Records. This is black metal from the UK. It's a 2025 release. This is absolutely superb. It's heavy, it's quite evil sounding, very atmospheric. Again, the production on this is really full, and that means that each individual element is clear. It creates a nice sort of overall picture of it. The lyrical content is actually in quite a nice booklet with some photos of the gents looking very cult and moody and magnificent. Yeah, again, this is just an absolutely wonderful listen. And again, similar to the Habacuno, if you're contemplating or slightly tempted to dip your toe into the black metal genre, there's nothing overly harsh or scary about this. This is just a wonderful release, and well worth your time and effort to track it down. So that is Nink Hakag and the Black Swords of Winter. So that was it for this one. I was going to actually shoot this video prior to Fortress Festival, but real life got in the way. You know, things happen. So hopefully you'll find something of interest in amongst this lot. Like I say, the next video I'll do will be sort of a review, recap type thing of Fortress. There won't be any live video footage of the bands because I'm not a fan of sitting watching a band on stage through a whatever size screen that my phone has. And a couple of photos I took were just crap, to be honest, so my phone stayed firmly in my pocket for most of the time, but I'll go into a bit more detail in the next video. We're very close to the magical 600 subscribers now. I think last time I looked was 597. So thank you very much to all the new subscribers, and as always, thanks to all the old time subscribers. Any of these you know about, or any errors I've made that you'd like to correct me on, which is always helpful, please pop down in the comments. Do all the likes and thumbs up and sharing and shit like that YouTube makes you think actually we're doing something alright here. Look after one another, enjoy whatever music you're listening to, whatever genre of music you're listening to, and until I'm back with the Fortress update, cheers.